The count of 3, Liverpool. 1, 2, 3, start the club in! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ash Preston!
Oh, how are you? Are you grand? Hello? Hello. Oh, lovely stuff. My name's Ash. I'm going to do some jokes for you. Oh, I know. Some of you might find them funny. That'd be great, right? Some of you might not. That's fine. If you don't, you can look at each other afterwards and go, my God, that lady with the beard that won Eurovision. She... Oh. Better singer than a comedian, wasn't she, huh? So, my name's Ash Preston. What have I achieved? Well, I'm the 3-time Northwest Regional semi-finalist of the Charles Manson lookalike competition. Oh, yeah, I know. And he's dead now, which means this year's competition through to the national finals. Gonna make myself a name. You would think that being compared to a cult leader would be the worst thing anyone could say about you, right? But I've met humans. They're shitheads, right? I live in Manchester. When it rains, it pours there. And usually I have my hood up and I've got a cig burning and, on the go. And an old lady came up to me once and gave me a £1 coin. I knew what she was thinking. Oh, hello, Mr. No Fixed Abode here. And rather than just give the £1 to someone else, for some reason I wanted to make a point of this. So I went up behind her, I tapped her on the shoulder, put on my big boy voice, and I was like, right. Hi. It's been a mistake. I don't actually need this £1. And she did that lovely thing that old ladies do, the smile you can't say no to, And she clasped the coin into my hand. She looked me in the eye and she went, oh, that's very brave. And still just walked off. Still thought I was homeless, but just very much in the denial stages of it. And it's like, looking like this isn't too bad. I've had some TV auditions out of this. A couple of people, the rest of you are like, yeah, you fucking Crime Watch probably, pal. So I got asked to come in for an audition, and the reason why they did it is they said, what it is, Mr. Preston, is we love the way you look. Now, I think that's a really nice thing to say about someone. I think it's quite complimentary. So I went in, spoke to them, and I was like, what's the part? And they went, it's a documentary series. And they said, have you heard of the Yorkshire Ripper Peter Sutcliffe? It was the way they worded it that I loved. Have you heard of? And part of me wanted to go, no, I haven't heard of him. Sell me on the part. Sounds quite a character, yeah. Murdered 13 women. Oh, that's the part I was born to play. What? And I didn't get the part. I didn't get the part, right? Which I wasn't bothered about. But then I had another audition for a separate thing about 8 months later. And I went in for that audition and they sat me down and I said, what's the part? And they said, we'd like you to read for the part of the Yorkshire Ripper Peter Sutcliffe. That's not me repeating a joke. I got asked twice by 2 different production companies. You want to know the best bit? I didn't get the part twice. And if you fuck up once at something, it's fine. You never know if it was you or what have you. But twice, you do start saying, is it me? Am I not good enough to be the Yorkshire Ripper? And it also means that at some point, 2 different production company teams have looked at my headshots that cost several £100s, where I think I look, quote, decent in them, and they've looked at it and gone, fucking murderer. And it's not the worst one I had. The best one was at a gig in Rill. Has anyone been to Rill? Yeah, because comedy takes you to the world's most glamorous locations. And I went to Rill, did a gig there, and a lady came up to me and said, I've got a lookalike about you, because that's how people just approach me. I've got one for you. Oh, go ahead. And she went, I think you look like the singer James Blunt if You're Beautiful hadn't been a hit. Yeah. It's really nice. But that was in Rill, which is, I now call Rill Chernobyl from now on for that. But, the place. But this is a lush gig. I have had some nightmares. So I went up to Edinburgh. When I first went up there, when I started comedy, I did this gig, big audience. I've not done a big audience gig before. Walked on stage, really confident. I hadn't seen the audience. And half of them were children aged 7 to 10. Yeah. I'm like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? I swear I say rude things. Didn't want to offend the little kids or the massive Scottish dads, right? And then I remembered fidget spinners. there's logic here. Kids like fidget spinners. Parents buy fidget spinners. I already have a joke about fidget spinners. This gig has been saved. Started doing the joke. Realised when I started that the punchline to that joke was kiddie fiddler. I know. And there was a kid where you are, in the front row, who shook his head, right? And because, and let's establish this at Liverpool, I'm a bit of a fucking idiot, right? He shook his head and I thought, oh, he didn't get the joke. That was my logic. So then I said to this kid, without processing the words that came out, I went, oh, mate, hey, don't worry if you don't understand that. You'll find out when you're older. And that's when I realised, oh my God, you've said a bad thing there. And what you do is you should move on. You should get off a situation when you're in a tough one. But what you do when you're a comedian, or if you're just drunk and you're egotistical, is you do something you've never done in the world. It never works, but you try it in that moment. What you do is you try and dig up. You dig up, you dig up, you dig up. Doesn't work. After saying that, I then panicked and went, not that anyone would. To his dad, right? And then when you're really fucking up, your brain starts giving up. So after saying that, then my brain started going, Ash, have you just implied to that kid's dad that his kid is too fucking ugly to kidnap? So, and then I panic going, he's a good-looking lad. He's all right. Like, digging up. Do you know, fucking digging? Do you know how she used to dig up? Peter Sutcliffe. He was a grave digger. I should have got the part. I'm okay. If comedy doesn't work out, though, of which that gig felt like a test, right? I've got dreams. I've got backup ones. Not massive Martin Luther King level dreams, but start-up ones. Here's one. I would like to be the manager of the first ever Human Centipede boy band. Laugh at my dreams, thank you. You're not going to be laughing when you buy the first record by One Digestion, so... If you found that joke rude, by the way, I apologise. That is the toned-down version. The original punchline was going to be, take that shit in your mouth. And then someone said, Ash, that is bad taste. So, I've been single for so long that I really quite enjoy it. I'm not like a lot of men that give out about it. It's really nice. I am reminded of being single in weird places, though, like getting on a bus. Sometimes if you get on a bus, that's where all romance begins, if you're that kind of person, but... it reminds me of being single. I get on and I'm like, city centre, please. And the driver goes, single? I go, 6.5 years. Do you want to fight about it or something? Or you can kiss me if you want. I'm really, There's lots of things I can't do, though. I can't do Netflix and chill being single. So, does anyone know what Netflix and chill actually means, by the way? Is anyone a bit innocent? Great, okay. We've got liars in the room. No. I didn't know what it meant, and then I accidentally started asking people if they wanted to Netflix and chill, which is awkward, especially when your sister has to explain to you, like, we need to have a talk here. I wasn't going to fucking do anything, it wasn't like she told me what it was. I was like, well, now you've mentioned it. Fucking hell. But what I heard it's not where you meet up with friends and chill out or have a joint or what have you. What it is apparently you meet up with someone you want to get amorous with and you bang each other, right? You watch the trailers for 8 things you're not going to watch and then you go to town. That's what flick, 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 flick. That's what I know it as. And I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm single. You know what my version of that's called? Pornhub and instant regret. I've been thinking about ways to make porn better, right? You know, like how Trump did his thing with America. I want to make porn great again, right? Because during the lockdown, I got bored, watched a lot of porn. People watch porn, yes? Yeah. Christ for that. Some people are fucking weird, right? But I got these ideas, because it's a bit samey after watching quite a bit of it. And I think they could, I was going to say jizz it up, but they could jazz it up. Oh. But my idea, right, is Marvel films. Not dressing them up, but Marvel films, apparently, what they have is after the end of the film, they have like a post-credit sequence, don't they? Porn could do that easily. Show the porn, show the credits. That doesn't last long in a porn film, Cameraman John, fluffer Miguel, that you're done, right? And they should have a bonus scene, right, where the fridge gets fixed. And she gets fucking invoiced. Oh, and show the invoice clearing within the 28-day window. Oh, I work as a comedian. We chase a lot of invoice payments from promoters. Believe me, the idea of seeing a tradesman having a wonderful time, doing a good job, and being paid for it on time would get me rock fucking hard. I'm going to finish now. Not like that. Whoa, no. Not that kind of gig. I'm going to finish on someone that happens to be on a train. Now, we've all had to get a fucking train. Have you had to get the last train, though? The awful one that gets to every stop? Yeah. Some people call it the drunk train. I like to call it Agatha Christie's Murder on the Trans-Pennine Express. And I'm on this train, right? And there is one seat on this train, one seat available. And the woman next to this empty seat was a nun, of all people. And she had her bag on the spare seat, which in my opinion makes her a nun with a bit of a bad habit. There you go. It's what they wear on the heads, guys. Get fucked. Great pun. Anyway. And I said, is there anyone sat there? And she said, yes. But there was no one sat there. So I can only assume she reserved that seat for God, right? Who, as we know, created the world in 7 days, but really read the fine print in the Bible. Bloody loved a rail saver, apparently. So I've got to stand in the middle of this train. There has been a Kylie Minogue concert on and a Man City football match. It is very busy. This train is ramble. I've got drunk people to the left of me, Hindus to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Thank you. Good song. And I turn around after 10 minutes and what do I see? I see you. Not actually you, but metaphorically a lady who was on the same platform as me who did not know the nun, had got the seat next to the nun. And it got me thinking, Liverpool, why? How? How could I have got that seat next to the nun? What could I have offered her? A vow of chastity? I've been single for 8 years. Wouldn't be a massive sacrifice, would it? What did she do to get the seat next to the nun? Does she know all the lyrics to Sister Act the musical? Because guess who fucking does? You know what the most embarrassing thing was, Liverpool? The most humiliating thing about this entire situation? It was this. You would think, wouldn't you, Hot Water? Oh, you would bloody well think. But after 2,000 years, a nun sees someone who looks like moi on the train. She should have welcomed me with open arms. Amen. You've been lovely. This club's awesome. If you want to follow me, you can. I am getting the 9:30 from Lime Street Station. Let's see what happens. I've been Ash Preston. Have a good night. Stay alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ash Preston!